Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone is having a nice Monday morning. Going to be dealing with, I think, a lot of weather as we head over the course of the next week. Dealing with warm and breezy conditions to start the week, some enhanced fire danger, but also going to be dealing with the potential for some severe weather at times over the next few days, and then some cooler and wetter weather also in the forecast as we head over the course of the next week. So again, a little bit more active over the next week, certainly more active than we've seen over the past several weeks and several months. So I actually do have some things that we want to dive in and we do want to talk about here as we go through the forecast over the next few minutes. Starting off, though, a look at your weather almanac for the day today. Again, yesterday we had a high of 75 in Lincoln, low was 38. You can see both of those numbers, or at least the high well above average, the low just a few degrees above average. Again, should be in the low 60s for our high temperatures and then mid 30s for our low temperatures for late October. And again, you can see for the month, still very dry. Again, just 5,200ths. Again, that all came in one day, last Monday. So again, for the year, we're over 3 inches below normal for our precipitation, and now 7/10 of an inch below normal for our snowfall. And again, it looks like we're going to go through this October with no measurable snowfall here in the capital city, as it is not in the forecast for us as we head over the next several days. And again, you also notice sunrise now just a few minutes before 8 a.m., sunset just a few minutes before 6:30. We will fall back this week, again, this weekend. Again, daylight saving time will begin, and we'll see those have to set those clocks back an hour. So again, our sunrise time by the end of this week will be closer to 7 a.m., and our sunset time is going to be a little few minutes before 5:30 in the evening. So again, that is something to keep in mind for the upcoming weekend. But we check out your weather headlines. I already mentioned it, but dealing with a lot of weather this week, and we're going to start the week with the warm and breezy conditions and potentially dealing with some high fire danger as we head into today and into the day tomorrow, but then cooler and wetter as we head into the second half of the week and potentially towards the weekend as well. Again, Huskers back at home on Saturday hosting UCLA, and there is a chance for some moisture for the day on Saturday, so that is the time frame we will want to keep a close eye on. We do have wind advisories that are out for the southeastern corner of the state, including Lincoln, Beatrice, Nebraska City, Falls City. This is going to be for the day tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 8 a.m. From 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. We could see winds gusting as high as 50 miles an hour at times. And again, we do wind advisories. It's a little weird in Nebraska. Again, not all the weather offices in Nebraska issue wind advisories. Again, the office in Hastings and the office in North Platte don't issue wind advisories. If they did, they'd be issuing them basically all the time throughout the year. So again, they don't actually issue those. So again, this doesn't mean that it's only going to be southeastern Nebraska that are going to see some pretty windy conditions for the day tomorrow. But again, that's kind of why we only have the wind advisories there in the southeastern corner of the state, not into parts of central or southwestern Nebraska. So wind advisories are in place for the day tomorrow. As again, those winds out of the south going to be sustained, potentially 20 to 30 miles an hour, and then gusting as high as 45 to 55 miles an hour at times at their peak. So again, wind gusts, this is starting tonight at 10. You can see far southeastern Nebraska might already be a little bit on the breezy side by late tonight, but those winds are going to continue to pick up as we head into the day tomorrow. So this is Tuesday, 8 a.m., and you can see south central, southeastern, east central parts of the state already early tomorrow morning seeing those winds gusting 25 to 35, 30 to 40 miles an hour. And then through the day on your Tuesday, we'll be looking at those winds again gusting as high as 40, 45, close to 50 miles an hour. So again, very windy for Tuesday, and again with the strong winds and with how dry it is, again that will obviously lead to the enhanced fire danger as well, especially for the day tomorrow. You can see as you head further to the west, there's going to be a cold front that's cutting across the state, so winds swinging around more to the north and not nearly as strong behind that front for parts of central and western Nebraska as we head into the day on Tuesday, but it's going to be along that front that we see the potential for some severe weather as we head Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, as that front moves its way through the system. Going to be a pretty dynamic system that's kind of traversing through the area as we head over the next 24 to 48 hours. Those winds even staying very strong as we head towards 10 o'clock Tuesday evening. So it's not going to be until Tuesday into Wednesday that we see those winds become a little bit lighter, and even into the day on Wednesday, we're still expecting, it's a breezy winds, but more out of the north and northwest, and not quite as strong, gusting maybe 30 to 35 miles an hour. So again, dry and breezy conditions also means critical fire conditions. So we have a fire weather watch that's in place right now just for the southeastern corner of the state. And again, this is also Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. But again, could see this expand into parts of south central Nebraska, certainly into parts of northern Kansas as well. So likely to see red flag warnings across the area as we head into the day tomorrow. So again, any outdoor burning is highly discouraged as we head over the next 24 to 48 hours with the dry and breezy and dry and windy conditions expected across the area. Right now in Lincoln, again, just a few minutes past 9:30, 64 degrees already. Your temperature at the Lincoln Airport in here in Midtown Lincoln. Keep in mind that is already warmer than we normally should be for this time of year. Again, that normal high temperature is 61 degrees for the day today, so we're already above that. South wind at around 11 miles an hour. Dew points are in the mid-50s, so again, there is a little bit of humidity out there, and again, that's going to come into play when we're dealing with our rain chances as we head into the day tomorrow, into the day on Wednesday. Temperatures across the Lincoln Metro generally sit in the lower to middle 60s. Temperatures across the state ranging anywhere from the upper 30s and low 40s for parts of western and southwestern Nebraska to the upper 50s and low to mid 60s across the eastern half of the state. Winds right now are not too bad. Again, generally out of the south at around 5 to 15 miles an hour. Some wind gusts between 20 and 25 miles an hour. But again, these winds are going to continue to pick up as we head through the day today, and then certainly as we head into the day tomorrow. Satellite and radar picture looks like this. Again, you can see there is some cloud cover out there, no moisture currently on the board. If you look at the visible satellite imagery, and if we pause it here as its most recent loop here, again, we can see not necessarily thick cloud cover. It's a little bit thinner in some spots, but we are seeing kind of overcast skies across much of the state this morning. Again, maybe some breaks here and there, but again, no moisture, at least as of right now, currently on the board. You zoom out and look at a regional view. Again, you can see a lot of cloud cover, a few showers off to our west across parts of western Colorado into Utah, but generally things are pretty quiet. And you zoom out and look at a national view, and again, overall, things are fairly quiet. Look at the weather alerts. Again, for the most part, most of the activity is going to be centered across the middle parts of the country as we head over the next several days. So again, a combination of wind advisories, fire weather watches, red flag warnings, high wind watches in place across much of, again, eastern Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, into southeastern Nebraska. We also have some winter weather advisories across the high country into the mountains. A couple of winter storm warnings in those locations, a winter storm watch for the Black Hills up towards Rapid City. This does look like, with this system as it moves through, it will be one of the first more widespread snows that we see across, again, mainly the higher elevations, again, in the mountains across Wyoming into Utah and Colorado, as they could see several inches of snow across those high elevation areas into the mountains. So, but again, fairly widespread. So again, one of the first ones of the season that we've seen. Again, we've seen some snow in the mountains already this year, but it has been a little bit maybe more isolated. But this, again, I think will be fairly, like I said, widespread across much of, again, the mountain region. So it'll be something we keep an eye on. So skycast as we run through the day today, generally dry, but dealing with variable cloudiness as we head through the day today. Those south winds a bit on the breezy side at times, maybe gusting between 20 to 30 miles an hour. But as we head through the day, again, dry, but that mix of sun and clouds. And then as we head tonight and into the day on your Tuesday, that front, again, continues to push into the state. We're going to see those very windy conditions, especially across eastern and southeastern Nebraska. And then as we head towards Tuesday afternoon, start to see the chance for maybe a few spotty showers across the area. You can see the widespread snow across parts of Wyoming into the Black Hills. And then into Tuesday evening is when we're expecting the chances for showers and thunderstorms to really begin to increase across the area, especially, again, along that front. And that chance will continue then as we head into the day on Wednesday as that front slowly pushes its way across the area. This is around midday Wednesday. We see that line of thunderstorms finally kind of get going according to our in-house model. And again, a few of these storms could be on the strong to severe side across the eastern sections of the state. Could produce some areas of heavy rain, some small hail, and some gusty winds, and that activity will continue to kind of slide across the area as we head through Wednesday afternoon into the evening time frame, again, with some of those storms being on the strong side being possible. So if you look at the storm Storm Prediction Center severe weather outlook for the day today. We're not expecting anything. Again, for the day tomorrow, our in-house model didn't really show anything, but there is the potential that we could see a few thunderstorms across the eastern half of the state. Again, there is a marginal risk for severe weather across the area. So again, 1 or 2 isolated strong to severe storms can't be ruled out. Generally would be looking at a hail and wind threat with those. Again, the tornado threat is extremely low for the day tomorrow. And then again, as we head into Wednesday, there's also the threat for severe weather. Our in-house model had a lot of those storms popping up across the eastern sections of the state, so I wouldn't be surprised if this severe weather outlook did shift and cover maybe a little bit more of eastern Nebraska as we head into the day on your Wednesday. But right now there is a marginal risk and a slight risk for severe weather, at least in the area. Again, the marginal risk covers extreme southeastern Nebraska, have that slight risk covering parts of eastern Kansas into western Missouri. Wouldn't be surprised to see this change a little bit, though, based on the way the models look this morning. But again, it will be something to watch. There is at least the potential for a few stronger storms both Tuesday afternoon and evening, and again into Wednesday as this system slowly makes its way through the area. Again, a dynamic system, again, pretty strong cold front that'll be pushing its way through the area. So again, warm, breezy, going to be some enhanced fire danger. Also dealing with the potential for some severe weather, areas of heavy rain, maybe some hail and damaging winds. So again, a lot over the next several days. And also the potential for some heavy rain at times with some of those training thunderstorms as they lift along that front, and that front is going to be slowly making its way through the area. So this is the 7-day precipitation potential. Again, this is going to be including the chance for rain and thunderstorms over the next day or so into the day on Wednesday, but then we also have chances for moisture as we head into the upcoming weekend as well. And again, precipitation potential is going to be highest across the eastern and southeastern sections of the state, where at least right now there is the potential, and again, I'm going to use potential again because we've seen this before recently and we ended up with nothing, but there is the potential there to see several inches of rain, especially as you head into the far southeastern parts of the state as we head over the course of the next week. So again, very beneficial and very needed moisture, and again, we've seen that before, and it hasn't materialized. So hopefully this time is just a little bit different. Lesser amounts, though, as you head across the western sections of the state into the Sandhills and southwestern Nebraska, but then ticking up just a little bit as you head into far northwestern Nebraska, into parts of the Nebraska Panhandle. As far as temperatures are concerned, we're going to be kind of all over the place this week. Again, well above average as we head into the day today. We'll see highs generally in the mid-upper 70s to right around 80 degrees across much of the state. Again, keep in mind normal high temperatures are right around 60 degrees for this time of year. Low temperatures tonight, again, especially for the southeastern corner of the state, these lows are higher than our normal highs are this time of year. So we'll see mid-upper 60s to even near 70 degrees in a few spots for our overnight lows tonight into Tuesday morning. Otherwise, as you head further to the west, it's anywhere from the mid-30s to the mid-50s across the state. High temperatures tomorrow, well above average, again, for this time of year. And again, for us here in Lincoln, that high of 85, or the forecast high of 85, is going to be pretty close to a record. I want to look up and see what our record is for tomorrow. It is 87 in 1937. So, again, we'll be within spitting distance of a record high here in the capital city. But, again, you can see the state is split mid-50s across parts of the Panhandle into the mid-60s into the Sandhills, but then low to mid-80s across much of southern and eastern sections of the state for the day on your Tuesday. Tuesday night into Wednesday, lows anywhere from the low 30s to the mid-60s from west to east. And then into the day on Wednesday, the cooler air begins to kind of overtake the area. We'll see high temperatures only in the 40s for the Sandhills in western Nebraska, 50s, 60s, and then low 70s as you head across the eastern sections of the state. Lows Wednesday night into Thursday. It's going to be chilly, teens, 20s, and 30s from west to east across the state. And then Thursday afternoon highs. This is Halloween. Again, so high temperatures on Halloween only look like they're going to reach the mid-50s for most locations. In Lincoln, we'll say 59 degrees. That does likely mean we will see at least some cooler trick-or-treating conditions as we head into Thursday evening, though it does look like it should be mainly dry for the day on Thursday. Winds shouldn't be too much of an issue for the day on Thursday as well. So this is what your 7-day forecast looks like. Again, upper 70s to low to mid-80s today and tomorrow, and then mid-60s Wednesday, but again, chances for thunderstorms, especially late morning through the afternoon. afternoon. Halloween is dry, upper 50s, low 60s Friday, dry. But then into the weekend, we see those chances of rain return with highs in the low to mid 60s both Saturday and for the day on Sunday. Again, I mentioned it already, but Huskers hosting UCLA Saturday for a 2:30 kickoff. Chance for rain will be in the forecast. And then again, don't forget we fall back Saturday night into Sunday. I believe it's at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., but we'll set the clocks back an hour and really start to see it getting dark pretty early into the evening time frame. Again, sunset time will be a little bit before 5:30 on Sunday, which again is a little unfortunate. 10-day forecast for select cities across the state looks like this. You can see as we head especially into November, looking at much more seasonal weather, a much more prolonged stretch of seasonal weather, more so than we've seen so far this year. Again, a lot of it's been we're warm and we have a brief cool down for a day or two, but then things warm back up. But you can see it's Monday, Tuesday are the warm days. Things begin to cool off Wednesday, and that cool air really settles into the area on Thursday on the 31st, and then it really sticks around as we head then through the first week or so of November, with highs generally sitting close to normal in the upper 50s to low to mid 60s as we head through the weekend and then into the first half of the week next week. As far as precipitation chances go, again, you can see we're dry to start the week. We start to see those chances pick up into the day Tuesday and then into the day on Wednesday as well. Dry Thursday, Friday, and then those chances for moisture again return to the forecast as we head into the weekend and then into the week next week as well. So again, turning a little bit more active towards the weekend and into the week next week, which again we'd like to see. Again, we definitely need the moisture. 8 to 14 day temperature outlooks look like this. This is November 4th through November 10th. Climate Prediction Center does have better than average odds for above average temperatures across the region, and continues to show at least part of the state has better than average odds of above average precip during that time frame as well. The southern parts of the state then into the southern plains with drier than normal conditions favored across far northern Nebraska, and then as you head off to the north into the northwest as well. So again, I actually do have a lot to kind of keep our eyes on as we head through the course the next several days. But again, today warm and breezy but dry. Tomorrow very windy, and again we'll see those critical fire conditions as we head through the day on your Tuesday. Chances for severe weather Tuesday and again on Wednesday, and then dealing with the cooler conditions Thursday and beyond. Chances of rain then back in the forecast again as we head into the upcoming weekend. So again, a little different than we've seen over the past several weeks. We've seen sort of spotty chances for rain here and there, but again, actually have quite a bit to kind of keep our eyes on as we head over the course of the next week to 10 days or so. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching as always. Again, we'll continue to follow the forecast and keep you updated and let you know what changes as we head over the next several days. So keep it tuned to 1011 both on air and online for all of your latest news, weather, and sports. And until next time, hope everyone has a nice Monday.